Hey, you guys, welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. Lots of love and many blessings your way.
Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Exposure is problematic to the narcissist. Certain narcissists, those of mid-range and greater persuasion, operate with facades, a particular image that they portray to the outside world, and invariably that facade is one which hides the nefarious activities that the narcissist engages in.
So when she initially visited the charity, she announced that she didn't have enough clothes in the different sizes or they lacked variety. Instead of requesting donations, which is what the charity really needed, her brilliant answer was to have friends create and sell the Markle uniform. The money spent on this campaign alone could have brought a lot of clothes, I think. Had she just requested that people donate to this charity, I think they would have gotten a lot of good from this, and they would have been inundated with donation, which is what they really desperately needed. Variety and different sizes, like Meghan actually said in her speech. I think this was just a self-promotion campaign, and if anything, her early comments would actually have discouraged people from buying the clothes.
You know, the way she's holding it underneath, it's almost as if she's got a half an orange, only bigger, and put it on there. It shouldn't be that way. It should blend more into your body. And there's another, look at that. It's not my place to judge her, but my God, I'm judging Meghan.
I can't help but feel that everything they do is to, one, get self-praise. Absolutely. They want people to praise them and go, aren't they wonderful? They're such humanitarians. But people don't trust them because of the way that they've treated their family, their friends, just their general behaviour. So you can't see, I wouldn't say either of them are particularly nice or kind people. So to me, it just seems fake.
She keeps claiming to care about the environment, but this endeavour is just promoting consumerism. The charity was about helping women get a job with donated clothes, but she didn't think the donated clothes were good enough to mix and match. She's a snob, basically. Rather offensive attitude to all the women who donated good quality clothes previously. She's turned her nose up at them.
Can we honestly say we believe that the work that these people are doing really is to protect the children? Especially when the very same people are backing and supporting and aligned with a woman here, Meghan Markle, who has openly, globally deceived the world on not only the lies about what happened when she was a royal, but also surrounding these births and the pregnancies. This has nothing to do with Meghan's so-called intrinsic attributes. This has everything to do with her moral rot in society by deceiving, manipulating, and exploiting others. It's simple as that, and that behavior we have the right to call out, as she is a public figure asserting herself onto the public and its domain, a domain in which we all share. So if I want to say that I see with my eyes that Meghan looks impatient and fake while she's standing there pretending to care, while she wears something that looks like a prosthetic moonbump, I have every right to say so, because that's what my eyes are telling me what I'm looking at. Also, what my eyes tell me is that Meghan is so half-assed, she can't even help this woman put on this jacket properly and help her. Now, from what I can see from this angle, it does appear to me that Meghan is getting impatient with this woman and getting this jacket on. She clenches her jaw and then finally moves away, even though this woman doesn't have this jacket on properly. Doesn't even notice or care that the woman is struggling to put on this jacket, so you see the blonde move towards her to try and help her. Now, this next part, I don't think anyone has picked up on this interaction, or if they did, most likely Meghan had them pulled down. This is the only person that I'm aware of on record that was able to get up close and personal with this moonbump. And it wasn't by choice, and clearly Meghan was caught off guard. And I don't think Meghan liked it very much that this woman had her arm around her waist and was able to feel her back. In my opinion, it looks like Meghan was quick to push this woman off of her. And I think that this woman felt something that didn't appear to be natural. Hence the reason why she's looking down and follows Meghan's bump as she moves around her. And immediately you see Meghan close off by folding her arms, almost as if she's guarding something. Could this be another reason why this video was buried? Who knew Archie was like an accordion where he contracts and he can expand? Contract, expand, contract, expand.
And just for the record, look at the size. The bust, the bump, look at the shape. Look at the shape. It's actually bloody shameful.
It was because every bit of it, when she first went to see them, it was all pictures of Meghan. When she wrote about it, it was Meghan talking about her time there. When she did the speech, it was, she obviously did the pictures with the models. A lot of the pictures that got released were pictures of Meghan playing, Meghan posing, Meghan with the models, Meghan pretending she's all shy, and I just felt it was very much about Meghan rather than the actual women. I would have rather heard, when they did the speech, hearing from, a couple of the women that maybe had found successful jobs by using smart works, but everything is about Meghan, and that was a particular venture that I found it very odd for a member of the royal family. I don't know how it works, whether Meghan just went off and did her own thing, but I don't know, I just didn't find it particularly, I don't know, what would you call it, humanitarian or a worthwhile cause.
She had a contract with Reitmans, but did you know that Reitmans also had a store called Smart Set? And what's the name of the collection that Meghan launched? The Smart Set collection. Does this woman have an original bone in her body?
That's all done for show. That's it. This is insane. This is totally insane.
So many stories out. She really did dominate the media, didn't she? She was everywhere. She must have been in her absolute element. Now, one particular article caught my eye, and it was from the Daily Mail, where it said experts praise new Capsule collection as the essence of her style. Personally, that's just so obvious that it's the PR team making sure this pet project was seen as a success. I'm a bit confused at this, to be perfectly honest, but the LA Times said it well. It said that it was so generic it will render you tabloid proof. That's quite funny, isn't it? The Smart Set collection. Outside John Lewis by SmartWorks, and of course some of the prominent members of the stores involved. Photos taken by the press show a huge police presence outside John Lewis where the launch happened. And while looking at all these pictures of her crossing the road and being greeted, I can't see many crowds, to be honest. I can see a little bit there, just behind the kind of barricades, and possibly a little bit over there, but I think there are people trying to cross the street. Not many people turned up, so it seems. And I'm sorry, I find that so funny. I'm sorry. She made damn sure, by all those hand gestures and constantly pushing her hair behind her ears, that it was made sure that we noticed that she was wearing both Diana's butterfly earrings and her bracelet. She's utterly shameless. And what gets me even crosser is that Meghan herself is a campaigner for women and equality, yet she allows people to curtsy. She could quite easily have said, no, don't curtsy, I'm just Meghan. But no, she lets them curtsy in front of her, and that really pisses me off. And then it transpires that she was only there for an hour, and then says it's time to go to feed the baby. Perhaps somebody should have pointed out that she flew to the USA for 2 days recently. Surely another hour could have been spent talking to people, mingling to people, finding out from the roots, the grassroots, what people really thought. No, In, out, bang, home.
We don't have a week go by where we don't actually hear from Harry and Meghan on a Zoom call. So much for privacy, eh guys? But Meghan's done a Zoom call with Smartwork celebrating a year of her sellout clothing collection that she did, the clothing capsule. The most overrated, boring clothing collection I'd ever seen. I never really took to this particular venture of hers. I think it would have been better that Meghan used her platform to encourage people to donate worthwhile kind of pieces of clothing to the charity, rather than her designing her kind of, well, she didn't design it, did she? Rather than her picking bits, making it her clothing capsule. She obviously got her friend Misha Nunu from the Soho House Club set friends that she had. She got involved and she designed a white shirt. But generally, I mean, the collection itself was boring, dated, if I'm honest. Pretty much built for a woman of one particular size, I'd say, as well. Plus the stock, it's a great way for these huge companies that the pieces actually belong to clear out stock that it just wasn't selling, because they can then write it off as a tax deduction because it's gone to charity.
I'd also like to note the fact that everybody's saying the bag is now sold out. It's such a success. It was actually out of stock before this launch even became live, well before the launch day. And here lies the major problem that I have with this collection. I've been told that all of these pieces were each in their own shops, apart from the Misha Nunu shirt, but she had something very similar, and Markle has actually worn that. They were already available to buy well before this collection was launched. The items that she selected were already existing pieces, and she just cobbled them together to make a 5-piece collection. But we all know if she had just asked for donations, then she would not be able to shamelessly self-promote her cause, i.e. herself. There you go. Markle effect. It was a vanity project from start to finish. The main driving force for Meghan looks to be self-promotion.
As soon as they do anything, it has to be completely publicised, and I think again that takes the kind of the true meaning behind it, doesn't it? It kind of just makes it like they're doing it for self-promotion. Look at us, aren't we wonderful? We've donated to charities.
It's all about her, not about the charity. It's all about her. I won't bore you with her speech because it really is a lot of word salad, but I'd like to draw your attention of one part. She said, "I knew I would resonate with a Smartworks customer, and that seemed obvious to do M&S, Marks and Spencer's, and John Lewis, which I've worn quite a bit in the past year or two since I've been here." I'm sorry, what now? This is the woman that drips designer. When has she ever worn Marks and Spencer's and John Lewis? Pfft, woman, please.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here with me, and I really do love you all. Cheers!